What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another Sister Wives video, and this one right here is episode 4 of season 17. Had to double check it there. But anyway, with that being said though, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, that is a member of Patreon, and that is a subscriber as we continue to grow. Now with that being said, let's dive in and see exactly what goes down this week.
Oh my gosh, Avalon is born now. Mackenzie had her beautiful baby girl. She had her at home. Come see her.
She has so much hair.
Gosh, she's so pretty. She looks just like Tony. I didn't know Tony would be such a beautiful girl. I had no idea, because Avalon looks just like him. Tony has slipped right into fatherhood. He demands on holding the baby like all the time. I barely had enough Oma time. He feels already frustrated that Mackenzie breastfeeds because she gets Avalon so much longer than he does. It's super cute. It's exactly what a mom wants to see. A mom wants to see her daughter's husband obsessing about their children, and he is. It's just really, really, really cute.
Well, congratulations, and congratulations. And you know what, though? I definitely support what she said there. It is nice to see that obviously both parents are both greedy to want to spend time with their own kids. And that is absolutely amazing. So congratulations, and congratulations. But let's get into it.
So, I've got a lot going on at home. I need to tell all the wives that I've left Kody. This is where it's headed. I'm leaving, and now we need to kind of figure out, how do we co-parent the rest of the kids? What are we going to do?
You know what, though? My apologies, get my voice back. I thought that the other wives already knew. So now I'm a bit like, what? What? But hey, listen, man. The main thing that she said there that actually needs to be looked at is, how are we now going to co-parent moving forward? And that is the main thing. And I like the fact that is a conversation, because that is a conversation that a lot of people don't have when they decide to split away. It's very annoying, very jarring. So shout out to Christine for obviously staying on top on that side of things. But hey, let's continue.
Well, here's the funny thing in plural marriage. Your wife works with you or works against you. Janelle and I would be teammates sometimes and wouldn't be sometimes. Christine was usually fairly compliant. Then when we decided we didn't want to move to Utah, when Christine wanted to move to Utah, it's like, well, I'm going to Utah. So Christine became suddenly very independent. Always thought Mary was working with me fairly well. Robyn's whole goal when she came to the family was to become part of this family and work together with our family. I got a feeling through this experience that each wife has a breaking point where they're just not going to put up with whatever the other wife's needs are anymore. And they're like going to do their own thing. And Janelle has done that before.
Ooh-wee. Oh man, like kody. You see what he did here? So obviously what's happened already at this moment in time is that, they're obviously talking about the land, and they're talking about obviously the fact that Janelle needs a property, but at the same time, she wants an RV in the meantime, and obviously Kody's trying to be, trying to compromise and find the middle ground, and they finally did, which is why it's all good. But when you start talking about the plural marriage in terms of the differences of wants and needs, all that kind of mumbo jumbo, and the teamworks, I like the way he flipped it to basically blame the wives, not him. The way he was like, but obviously sometimes the wives won't be able to be on the same page. Okay, cool. That is probably a possibility, because there are 4 wives and they're all going to have different opinions. And sometimes they're going to be like, okay, we can go with this one. Sometimes they're going to be like, no, we can't. But at the end of the day, though, Kody, you can't forget the main thing. You can't forget that you are still a part of that 4 wives, which makes you then the 5th person in the conversation. I just love the way he threw the whole thing to the wives and put them all underneath the freaking bus, as if like he's irrelevant to this decision making of teamwork and all that kind of mumbo jumbo. Like, Kody. You think of slick. Kody. Nonetheless, though, man, let's continue with this guy. Always finds a way to make sure that it's everybody else and it's never him. But yeah, we continue. Oh, but then at the same time, though, if it works out, I'm sure he's more than happy to put his name in there. But when he doesn't, but we continue.
School and COVID-19, the new school policies, what's going on?
So Isabel initially, they were told they could all go back to the classroom. So I would like her to go in person. I don't know what that means, though. I don't know if that means that Kody, you can't come over anymore, so she's going to go back to school. Is that what that means? But it's like going to a, I don't know. Oh, God. So Kody, he's like hinting, hawing, and he asked Brienne to not go back to school in person. But he's not like asking Isabel to not go back in person.
I have no idea why she's upset by the idea of Isabel going back to school. Robyn and I, we made this agreement with Brianna. Well, I've specifically asked that Brianna and Solomon not go back to school. Christine has been doing a completely different thing in her home. She's been traveling, she's been doing things, she's been out and about, and it is Isabel's senior year. So I don't see why she's mad. I'm just saying it's fine if Isabel goes to school.
I would have thought he would call Isabel and say, hey, for school, I'd prefer it if you wouldn't go back in person. Can we talk about this a little bit? But he never even talked to her. She has to choose between her dad or her friends, but she can't have both. And I'm like, it's not true. It's not up to her.
Isabel can go to school then.
I mean, listen, the only thing that I'm gonna add to this a little bit here is that he should definitely have a conversation with his own child. That is something that should definitely happen, you know, because it's just called being healthy within your relationship with your child. At the end of the day, the parents can go back and forth about it all they want, but I think it's for him to have that conversation to see obviously how she feels, and then obviously hopefully he can obviously go off her vibe rather than go off his own vibe or the wise vibes. But knowing Kody, he probably find a way to still go on his vibe. But either way, though, it's worth him having a conversation. What do you think? But yeah, make sure you like the video as well if you haven't already, okay? And make sure you subscribe too. But let's continue.
School then. Isabel wants to see her friends more anyway. I'm just like, I didn't create this problem. Don't be mad at me because I've got standards.
Part of me would love it if you would say, Isabel, please don't go back to school because I want to see you and spend time with you. But then the other part of me is like, that's not really fair for Isabel. She should be able to go to school and be with her friends. And if I talk to him, we're just going to go around in circles and not come up with any better solution. And in the end, he'll just come and hang out with us outside again, which I hope he does. But even when that was a possibility, he was only doing it a couple of times a week too.
This is why it is best if Kody just has a conversation with his own freaking daughter. That is it. And then hope that he makes the right choice for her and doesn't make the right choice for himself. You know what I mean? Or the right choice for both of them, should I say. Yeah. But we continue.
Telling my sister wives that I'm leaving Kody. They're all going to come over and sit down outside because we can only sit outside 6 feet apart. And I'm going to tell them I'm leaving. This isn't going to be a surprise to any of them. It's just not. Hello.
Hey, Mary, how's it going?
Good. I think me leaving is very private. Right now, I don't want anyone to know but us. So we're using our phones to film it. This is a private conversation that I need private. I need it to stay private for now. This is hard. It's a hard thing, and I want us all, 5 of us, to hear it and just us, kind of create a little bubble for us and let us just think about it. Okay, so I've been to talk to you guys for a long time. That's true. But with you moving out of your house, it's been a long time. And I decided to leave. I'm gonna leave Kody. Just leave. It's a hard decision. I need to make a choice for happiness. I need to make a choice to have joy in my life and peace. And there hasn't been a lot of hope at all until I decided to leave. I feel strongly this is the best choice for me.
Tension, the tension, now there's no tension, but the silence, just the silence of everyone listening. It's like someone's just literally just passed away. Like, god damn. My apologies if anyone has passed away. I didn't mean to trigger you. My apologies if that triggered anyone, okay? But yeah, the silence is real here. Come on. Anyway, but then again, this is TLC. TLC might be doing the awkward silence or that pause thing they do on purpose just to, you know, get everyone who's watching like, what the hell? Anyway, let's just continue. I'm talking too much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get it.
So, Murray, this is what you were going to talk about? Yeah. Well, I knew you had to stop up. I knew that, but I didn't know how final it was or if it was just a break or something. No, it's final. I'm in shock. I don't really know what to say here. I don't know what to say to her. I can't tell. I don't know. I can't. It's not really computing. Really, it's not really. It's just not making sense right now. I don't know what to say.
That's that one time. Well, one of the many times we get to see Robyn failing to act out how she's really feeling. She was just like, what is the correct response? I just burst out in tears, like, no, don't go. Or should I just be like, why? Or should I be like, yes, 1 out, 2 more to go. Anyway, we continue.
This is just a big announcement. Like I don't even know. I'm just processing at this point.
So I intellectually have known this was coming, but here we are today, and it's hard to know something and then to have it actually happen.
I need to talk to you specifically because I do plan on moving to Utah, and you want to rent this house.
Okay, wait a minute.
Wait, this is a lot all of a sudden.
It is a lot. Okay, I mean,
So is that what, Christine, you felt like you had to have this discussion with your sister wives because of Janelle's need to move?
Janelle's need to move, definitely. The timing is just, I've been looking for the perfect timing, and there's been no perfect timing.
Never a good time.
No. And so with Janelle saying that she needed to move, I'm like, well, darn it, I guess I should have done it a month ago.
well, okay, so this isn't obviously a surprise. You and I have had some discussions because
Well, that was definitely the comment that I was waiting for, that this isn't a surprise. Because it's not a surprise. But let's continue.
I had hoped that something would, I don't know. But my biggest concern is I have to back up first and just, like, what about the kids? Like, what happens now with the kids?
The kids are the hardest part, of course. But it's like the relationship that the kids have with each other that will still be great. I think that this is still family. It's just going to look different.
When a family splits up, it's really just not that easy. From my perspective, and maybe this is just because I'm a very black and white personality, if women are not married to the same man, you're not a sister wife anymore. I really, at this point, have no idea what this all means. I can't project myself into the future right this second and even try to imagine what's going to happen and what it's going to look like.
Yeah, I guess I just can't imagine after 30 years, like, how this looks.
Like as far as raising kids go.
Well, I don't know, everything. Like, you've just been so much like the fabric of everything. I mean, Christine is front and center in all my memories. As far as being even way, way back, she was the person who took care of my kids while I worked. There's so much history there, right? And it's been years, decades. So to me, it's almost like Christine's as big a part of my world as Kody is.
Are you guys sure? I mean, like, that's what's so weird. It's like, are you guys sure? Mm-hmm. Like, you're sure.
Yeah. Yes.
I've been through a divorce. I know what this means. We're not just talking about 3 kids and a husband and wife. We're talking about
You've been through a divorce and now you forced what to happen, homewrecker. Anyway, yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, but let's continue.
18 kids, spouses, grandbabies, and 5 of us that are all connected and committed to each other and technically married. Do you even understand what you're saying? Like, I'm looking at Kody going, are you going to let this happen? I'm looking at Christine going, like, are you sure? Do you know what this means? Because I do. And I only know it from, like, a smaller level. Like, with just a monogamous couple and 3 kids, I mean, like, that was absolute hell. And it was for years. Still is hard for my kids. It's still hard.
I mean, how do we unravel something that's been together for this long?
There isn't an unraveling. Huh?
It's not that easy.
No, it's not.
It doesn't just look different. I don't know. I'm not happy right now. I'm not happy with the situation. It makes me angry. You know, when I married Kody, when Janelle married Kody.
It's funny how they're all expressing all these feelings left, right, and center, but the fact is, though, why are you not expressing them? You're more than happy to express them nice and strong to the camera on a cutscene, but you can't express them nice and strong to everyone at the house. Like, you know, when they're all sitting together. Show these emotions here. This is where these emotions should be showed. These emotions shouldn't be showed on the cutscenes to us. This is the problem I hate about reality TV sometimes, you know, like these cutscenes, like they'll be saying something completely different, or no, they'll say something that's similar to what they said in the scene, but the energy is so different. And I get it. Maybe it's a case of they've now processed it, so I can give them that. But is that really good enough, though? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But we continue.
When Christine married Kody, when Robyn married Kody, each one of us made a commitment to each other, like to all of us. You know, that we would love each other, that we would respect each other, that we would stick through it thick and thin, and we'd work these things out. Because come on, you guys, can't we all just get our heads out of our butts?
If you move to Utah, what about Julie?
I think Julie's going to be fine. She'll miss everybody, of course, and it's going to be hard. And taking her from Kody is hard. It's hard. Don't get me wrong.
She's never going to come back?
No, you can't take her from me. Because you'll have to have a shared custody. It'll have to be 50-50. I don't know how that works. I'm not going to sit here and have her do this without objecting to it and saying, well, we've got to work something out for custody. I don't know what that looks like. This discussion hasn't happened.
I think that Kody was sitting there waiting and hoping that some of the other wives would speak up and try and get Christine to change her mind. And the things that he's speaking about now, I think that he was hoping that they would do that. But that's not happening. But you know Kody, that's how he works. That's how he works. Anyway, we continue.
Well, we talked about that I'd be moving and taking Julie.
I never said it was okay that you were moving. You just talked about moving.
You did say, okay, we were moving. We had a conversation.
So you would have...
I never said it was okay that you moved. I never made a big deal out of it. I never answered that. You never asked if you could move. You said you were moving.
I said that I needed you to let me go.
Okay,
And you
I
said,
let you go.
okay.
That's what I said. I agree. You never told me the first time we talked about this that you were going to move. You just said, let me go. And I said, you explained it. I heard what you said, and I understood that. That doesn't mean you just run with Truly, and all of a sudden Truly's out of my life. The whole issue is from the beginning of this, she didn't ask me if I was okay if I didn't stay at her house. She just told me not to. She didn't ask me if it was okay if she moved my stuff out. She just did it. She didn't ask me if it was okay if she moved to Utah and took Truly. She just told me she was going to do it.
I can't live in this limbo anymore. This has been limbo, and it's been too painful.
I'm going to have to be involved in Truly's life. And you
Wait, hold up. Did he just say what I think he said? Hold up. Hold on a minute.
It's been limbo, and it's been too painful.
I'm going to have to be involved in Truly's life.
What do you mean you're going to have to be? What do you mean have to be? What? So you mean have to be? You should want to be. You should want to be. Keep that word to myself. Wrong platform. If it was Patreon, I'll be going over the joint. Oh, hey, don't forget, guys. You can obviously, become a member of Patreon, where we got extra content, juicy content. Okay, come on now, let's not mess about. But let's continue.
And you can't actually stop me from being in her life. So I don't know what your intention was with moving with her.
I find it ironic that now he wants to be involved in my kids' lives now that I'm leaving. Now he wants 50-50 time with them. Well, hell, he could have had 50-50 time with us the whole... He should have been around more. He doesn't get 50-50. He hasn't been around enough for that.
Christine's complaining about my presence, like I'm never around. She's in plural marriage, or at least she was. She forgets what she signed up to be part of.
Savage. What a comment. Wow. So because we're in plural marriages, it means that the husband has less responsibility. Is that what he's trying to say? Wow. Someone explain that to me, because that one was, he was moving mad with that one. He was moving freaking mad. Explain that to me. Make it make sense. Dickhead.
What I see is me moving with Truly in September, moving up to like the Salt Lake City area. And if you guys, we'll figure out the holidays, we'll figure out birthdays, we'll figure it out.
I do worry about Truly, and I worry about Truly and Saul and Ari, and
I mean, the kids that Truly is closest to is Aspen and Mitch and McKelty and Tony and Peyton. That's what she's closest to.
I don't see how she would ever come back. I mean, Kody might go see her, Kody might go get her, but Truly's not ever coming back for a long period of time.
She's like totally loved and accepted and adored by so many people, and I feel like having her in that environment would be really, really good for her.
So there would never be another Christmas? There'll never be another anything?
I don't know.
What are you talking about? This is home. And just because you have this urge to go to Utah, I mean, it's a little convoluted. I don't understand it. I don't know why she's feeling like she's got to move, because she gets to go see them all the time anyway.
Me leaving won't change the relationship.
I love the word deluded. Let's just enhance on the key word deluded. Deluded. It's interesting because the only person that I've seen being delusional on a consistent basis, for as long as I've seen and watched Sister Wives, well, you know who. He goes by the name of Kody Brown. That is the delusion right there, Mr. Deluded. Listen. We continue.
Relationships that my kids have with you.
Okay, so you're talking about the kids, but so do you want to be done with the rest of us?
No, I think that we're all going to have times when we're closer together and times when we're not, just like now.
So you don't want to move out to the property?
No.
I'm still in shock a little bit. I'm still trying to figure out what this exactly means for the family. The idea that Christine would be my sister wife it feels wrong to me. I haven't seen a lot of positive examples of like the aftermath when a wife leaves a plural family, and that's scary to me.
I don't feel like Christine was very happy even when we were living in Utah. She seemed angry and very reserved, and she knows how to put on a this has been coming. But it's really disappointing to me. It's really disappointing.
Maybe it's just me. But I feel like I'm actually getting a vibe from all of the wives. Maybe less of Janelle, maybe not so much Janelle, but she's included. I kind of feel like they all really just don't care, and they're all kind of really relieved that it's happening. And when I say that, I don't know if they will leave because they actually just don't give a damn that Christine's left, because they're like, it is what it is. Or if it's a case of where, well, if you're leaving, then hopefully he'll be able to give us more time. There's only 3 of us left. Because I mean, obviously 2 of them know what it was like when it was only 3 of them, right? And I'm sure life was better when it was just 3 of them. There is that concept too. Or the other one could be, well, Janelle's one could be, well, I've left before and I've come back, so who knows? He might just come back because they've known that Christine has threatened for years that she was going to leave, but never did. So I don't know. So Janelle's mindset or Marie's mindset might be like, she'll be back. Or there could be the other mindset of where, like, she doesn't come back. Janelle and Marie be like, well, if Christine doesn't come back, then maybe they'll give us the push to us to actually leave and never come back too. There's so many different ways of how this could be affecting all the wives apart from Robyn. Robyn's there to stay regardless. But I just get this feeling where they're not really that fussed about the fact that this is happening because they see another. They see something else coming from it that's going to benefit them as well. And that could be any of the things that I said. But you guys let me know what you think about that one. You know what I mean? But hey, man, don't forget to hit that like button. Come on now. I'm encouraging you guys. I never do, but I'm doing that. And subscribe too. Let's get it.
What do you gain by leaving, Christine? I mean, you don't like this place.
An incredible support.
When you say community, what are you talking
My
about?
parents, other plural families that we have.
Christine, you're leaving this. You haven't liked plural marriage for years. You're leaving this. We're not part of our church anymore. How are you getting a plural community by where you're going?
Family.
You're leaving the plural community. I've never understood her need to move. She's not a member of the polygamist community. She's not part of our church. I don't understand it at all, unless there's some guy she wants to date there, or she wants to get away from me so that my stink isn't on her, so she can date.
Is there, can I ask this? Is it too personal? This is too personal, just let me know. Do you believe in plural marriage anymore?
I believe it works for people who want it to work for them. I believe if people have a testimony of it, they should live it.
Do you?
No.
So I think our relationship has been bad for so long is specific to Christine's change of heart regarding plural marriage. I think the fact that I was so spread thin, she just needed a certain level of attention, led us to where we're at. And plural marriage just hasn't worked for her for many, many years.
So if you and Cody's relationship was, like, good, you would, even though you're saying you don't have a testimony anymore, would you stick around?
I don't know. That's like such a, I don't know for sure. Because it just is unfathomable.
What?
Cody and I have a good relationship. I don't like the what if game. What if? I have no idea. It's who knows? Who cares? I don't know. I prayed a lot when I was deciding what to do with Cody and wondering why I needed to live plural marriage and why I felt like I had a test. Like, I knew for sure that God wanted me to live plural marriage when I was younger. I knew, man, it was my path and I was supposed to, and God and I were a team and I was going to do plural marriage, right? When I just prayed more and looked at my life more and had more conversations with God about the fact that I was just freaking miserable, I just realized probably a God, like, I am a parent. I don't want my kids to be sad and unhappy, and he doesn't want me to be sad and unhappy either.
You know, when you first told me that you wanted to go, I was arguing with you about it. You just said, don't fight this, just let it happen. I'm going. And I went, okay.
Because we've been fighting it for so long.
Yeah, so I think I'm angry about it. It's not fun. I'm mad about it, I'm angry, but it's the honest place. So it just is what it is. And there's no sense in killing ourselves to redeem it. That's what we were doing in Las Vegas. We were killing ourselves to redeem the marriage. And it just wasn't working.
And it's been even worse here. There's a lot worse here.
I'm going to be the head of my household again, and so I'm not going to be circumvented in that. And so, if everybody's willing to conform to patriarchy again, I guess, because I've been fighting to make everybody happy. I'm like bitter.
Man's had been fine to keep everyone happy. If you was doing that, okay, let's just take a seat back, bro. Janelle was left once upon a time before, but you're saying you've been fine to keep everyone happy. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. Mary had the whole situation with the person on the internet, whether that was real or not, who knows, but that happened anyway. But you're keeping everyone happy, right? And you're fine for it. Alright, cool. Christine is now actually finally leaving, but you're keeping everyone happy. Alright, cool. Some of your children don't really care to know you or talk to you or really that bothered about it, but you're fighting to keep everyone happy. Alright, cool. Can somebody explain to me where the fighting is and also where the happy is? Because I don't see the fight and I don't see the happy. I mean, if you want to talk about him fighting to be around Robyn, okay, that's a conversation right there. Him keeping Robyn happy, okay, that's a conversation right there. But him keeping everybody happy and fighting to keep everybody happy? I must have missed something. I don't know what I missed, but I must have missed something. Come on, man. Let me know what you're thinking in the conversation about this guy's madness. And going back to what he said earlier, delusion. Delusion. He has audacity to use that word as if he's not. Mr. Narcissist. Yes, Mr. Narcissist. The delusion only comes from you. But anyway, we continue. Don't forget to like. Let's continue. Yeah, like the video.
Is out of trying to do that and not having the family that I had thought about and designed.
Yeah, I didn't know I'd signed up for patriarchy, but that's not what we all agreed on in the very beginning. But
Ironically, Janelle did sign up for patriarchy. When her and I made an agreement that she would come into the family, she agreed wholeheartedly that she would run her will into mine because I had to be the head of the family. And she made that agreement with me. And if it is too awkward or if I don't feel like the head of my household when people are around, then I'm not going to have the whole family together. I'm at a point now in my life where I don't have time to waste on people who won't respect me or treat me with respect. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm disappointed in how I've managed this. That somewhere along the line I should have taken that reins. But I felt like all of your independence was more important. And so in that, we sort of lost some form of unity.
This is just going to rock us in a very, very hard way if we're not careful. If we're not very, very, very careful. I sure hope everybody's taking it seriously. I hope everybody's taking the responsibility that we now have seriously. Because this is a big deal. This is huge.
I guess I'm just sorry we failed. Next time.
I mean, of course, it's a big deal. There's a family that's being torn apart to a certain degree. I don't know if the term torn apart is the correct one. Not too sure that that's a bit too strong, but who knows? Either way, though, Christine obviously leaving at this moment in time definitely is not a good thing for the rest of them. And we can only hope, or they can only hope, that things obviously improve. No, not improve. What the f? Oh my. Bloody hell, mate. Get in the game. Come on, mate. Come on. Listen. Let's start again. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, okay, it is very simple. Of course, it's a big thing because obviously a wife moving obviously does change the dynamic a whole lot because that means you're one less wife down. And also on top of that, how does it affect the children? Are they feeling them one parent less down? Because when Robyn left her marriage and came into this one, Kody adopted her kids, which meant that the father of her kids basically is now no longer in the picture. Christine leaving may not have the same effect because I'm pretty sure it's not a case of her going into another relationship. And I said that, and I'm pretty sure I made a video saying that if she did, she'd want to go into a monogamy one, not a poly one anyway. But either way, the children are much older anyway. Robyn's kids were quite young at the time. Obviously, Christine and Kody's kids are obviously older, so it'd be a whole different kind of ball game. You know what I mean? But I think because a lot of the kids are quite older now anyway, I don't think it's really going to make that much of a difference or that much of an issue because all the kids have the ability to communicate with Christine anyway or Kody anyway and the rest of the other moms. So I think it has happened probably at the right time based on the age of the children. So is it a big thing? Yes, but is it? No, because it's not going to affect the kid. You know what? Then again, though, teenage years, puberty. Oh, goddamn. It's a sticky one, isn't it? But you guys let me know what you're thinking in the comment section. With that being said, though, thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and become a member of Patreon or the channel. Peace.